So children, in this video we will be discussing about the conservation tillage. This is one of the practices of sustainable agriculture, so you can include this one too, right? And in your syllabus is the meaning of conservation tillage along with its advantages and disadvantages. What I have written here is the meaning of conservation tillage. That means, these are the operative words, leaving the previous crop residue over the field. Now, this is additional if you mention wheat stubbles or the corn stalks after harvesting the corn or wheat, when you have those crop residues, those sticky shrub like things left on the field. If you leave that crop residue over the field, and your objective of leaving it there is to cover up this soil in order to prevent its erosion. So I hope you understand what are the target words here. Target word is leaving the previous crop residue. Second thing is covering the soil, and third thing is the objective, that is to prevent the soil erosion. Always remember, conservation tillage is a huge explanation. These are the operative words that I have told you. And before jumping on to advantages and disadvantages, let us discuss few more things here. When you talk about conservation tillage, first of all you understand the meaning of tillage only. Tillage is basically turning the soil upside down, and this is moldboard tillage. If you have ever seen that tractor with those iron nail like extensions at the back to plow the field, to turn the soil upside down to make it more porous and loose, right? That is known as tillage, turning the field upside down. Conventionally, the farmers, since long time, they have been using this um, moldboard, say plower or tractor, mold tractor. This is something which turns the soil upside down. But conservation tillage means we are going to conserve all those harms which are accompanied with tillage. Generally, when you make the soil loose, at that time it becomes more prone to erosion, right? So in order to stop that erosion, because otherwise the fertility will be lost, so in that case, to stop or reduce that erosion, what can we do, right? So here when you talk about conservation tillage, it can be done in three different generally our objective is that at least 30% of the field surface should be covered with such crop residues or anything, but the field should be covered so that the soil is conserved, right? It could be no till. No till is basically the whole field is not plowed here. Here only the seed bed of say almost a 6-inch width is basically made by the help of the shovel or the trowel. In Hindi you call it khurpi or favda, right? So shovel or trowel you can use for making that 6 inches seed bed, and rest of the soil is not turned upside down. Only a band is made of width 6 inches, and the seeds are sown within, or the plants are planted within, right? So rest of the soil has not turned upside down, it is not loose anymore. Another one is ridge tillage. Ridge tillage is basically where you are actually turning the whole field upside down, the whole soil upside down in the form of ridges. Ridges means obviously it's not a 6-inch bed. It's basically if you've ever seen that we just make bunds of soil all over the field, right? So that ridge is obviously wider than the no-till concept, the 6-inch concept. It's not there, but ridge is maintained. The soil is turned upside down only in the form of a ridge, and the seeds are planted or sowed, right? The third one is mulch tillage. Mulch tillage, wherever you use the word mulch, that means keeping something over the soil. That's a mulch, right? Now, what can you keep? You can keep gunny bags, right? You can keep plastic sheets, you can keep crop residues there, or you can keep the large leaves of the plant like banana and all, right? You can keep these things over the soil, but your target is, your objective is to cover the surface of the field, right? Apart from this, when you come to the advantages, the first thing, it reduces the need of fertilizer. Why it reduces the need of fertilizer? Because the soil fertility is maintained. You have prevented the soil from being eroded, and in that case the fertility is not lost anymore, and obviously less fertilizers are needed. Second advantage is reduces water requirements. That is why it reduces water requirements? Already, because you have covered the field, so evaporation rate will be lesser, and the water runoff, the wastage of water through runoff, is also lesser, because now these residues basically pose a hindrance in the flow of water, right? Third one is more infiltration. That means because more obstacle you place over the soil, the water flow is not continuous, and soil gets time to allow much infiltration of water inside. Then less contamination of soil and water. Why? Because since we are not using any agrochemicals here, that's why the soil and water is not getting polluted. Second thing, last thing is, it is economical process. Since you are not having any much dependency on fertilizers and pesticides and irrigation practices, so the whole process comes out to be slightly economical. But when you talk about the disadvantages, in disadvantages, first problem is the pathogenic attack. Since you have covered the soil and much moisture is retained there, always remember, wherever you have warm temperatures and moisture, the incidence of fungal or bacterial infections are much likely to be there, right? Second thing is weed growth. Because water is retained much, in that case weeds are likely to be grown there much. And the third one is more chances of pest attack, because more 90% of the pests are insects only, right? And insects, they have a very favorable condition if moisture and temperature is moderate. Much moisture is there, they have the breeding sites at such places wherever water infiltration is much, and in that case the pest attack is very likely to be there, right? So this is all about conservation tillage. I have told you everything. Whenever the question is there, please write it in elaborated way, and also remember that this is one of the strategies that can be used for sustainable agriculture. I conclude this video here, and at last I'll be starting with food security. Thank you.